Ike, a lot of head coaching hires in the NFL, and we found out yesterday the 49ers are going to go ahead and hire Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniels.
Yes.
That was my since you already gave me the rundown what we was going to talk about, that's what I was going with. I was going with Coach Mike McDaniels. So, yeah, I've been liking him. I've been liking the way of the San Francisco 49ers. I think they play like the old school Pittsburgh Steelers / the Tennessee Titans. They just play hard-nosed, smash-face football. Even though all three of the teams I just named came up short to get to the Super Bowl, I just like their style. But I've been liking Coach Mike McDaniels for a while. I've been liking what he's been doing over there for the San Francisco 49ers. And that was a guy, when you asked me what was my favorite hire, I was going to say Coach Mike McDaniels, Mark.
Wow. I know you love the 49ers and Debo and Kittle and the smash mouth style. Stealing my thunder before I could even get the question out, Ike Taylor.
Now, when once you gave him the rundown, I was like, dang, San Fran. I said, dang, the Dolphins. I said, dang, Coach Mike McDaniels. And you got to put a little. So they did kind of hire somebody who's biracial. So you got a little piece of an Ivan / Ike down there too in Miami.
Ike, I'll go through some of the other hires as well.
Okay.
Brian Daboll with the Giants. You got there Matt Eberflus with the Bears, Nathaniel Hackett for the Broncos, Josh McDaniels for the Raiders, Doug Peterson for the Jaguars, Kevin O'Connell for the Vikings, McDaniel joining the Dolphins. 2 openings still between the Texans and the Saints. We'll get to that in just a second. I'm going to go back to the Giants, and it's not just the hire of Daboll that I like, because it is a critical season ahead for quarterback Daniel Jones, but who the Giants have also brought in to help with the development of Daniel Jones. I'm talking about, okay, we know what Daboll did with Josh Allen in Buffalo, but Mike Kafka's coming over. He was Patrick Mahomes' position coach. You've also got Shea Tierney. Josh Allen called him the Bills, and this is a direct quote, most underpaid employee, end quote. Obviously, Joe Schoen coming over as the assistant GM of the Bills, now the GM for the New York Giants. I like this hire of Daboll to the Giants because if Jones is the guy there, I think Daboll is going to be the one to get the most out of him. And I just see the parallels of tall, athletic, mobile quarterbacks from what we saw with Josh Allen when he started his career and had something like a 59% completion percentage to nearly a 70% clip a few seasons later. I think that progression could also happen with Daniel Jones, and who better to do that? It's not just Daboll, but it's also those other hires that the Giants have made to try to get things right. So that's my thought process there in terms of the best hire. It's not just Daboll. It's those other guys who are also coming in to help Daniel Jones develop.
Since we talk about head coaches, I just go throw it on a minority coach. And we've been talking about him for like the last 3 years. And that's Coach Eric Bieniemy for the Kansas City Chiefs, right?
Get him down to New Orleans, Ike.
So here's why I don't want him down to New Orleans. They got a big cap. They got a big cap issue.
Yeah.
So he won't be able to get what he wants to get. Now, I think he'll turn the offense around and be good. But if I'm Eric Bieniemy, I'm not in a rush to leave Kansas City. The city loved me. My head coach loved me. They're paying me almost like a head coach. I got Patrick Mahomes. I can pretty much do what I want as an offensive coordinator. If Andy Reid wants to retire, I can come in and take his position. So I'm saying now that I'm thinking and we're talking about it, why would I want to go somewhere else? Well, if Andy Reid wants to retire, I can have this job for another 7 to 8 years if Patrick Mahomes want to play as long as he wants to. Why would I leave? Why would I? Yeah, the head coach would look good on my resume, but being assistant head coach to Coach Andy Reid and, having guys like Kelsey and Cheetah and Patrick Mahomes and Tyrann Mathieu on defense and company, why would I want to leave? You know what I'm saying? Like, life is good. Life is good over here. So every year I'm in the AFC Championship for the past 3 years. Out of the 3 years, 2 of them years I was in the Super Bowl. Why would I want to leave? I got Miko Hardman, I got Young McKinnon, I got Pringles, I got some young guys on offense. Why would I want to leave? Like, yeah, there's some nice jobs out there, and I'll entertain them. But no, KC just upping my salary. We keep going to this AFC Championship. as long as Patrick Mahomes stay healthy, we got action. Nah, you know what? I'll pass on it, bro. I'll pass on it. Right now, as a coach, you're on the island. You know, the sun is out. I mean, in KC, the sun ain't out. But as far as like a coach and having everything at his disposal on the offensive side, tight end, wide receivers, quarterback, running backs, he ain't going nowhere, bro. He ain't going nowhere. I wouldn't.
Like, let me piggyback off this. We might need to start calling the AFC Championship game the Kansas City Chiefs Invitational, because they've hosted 4 consecutive AFC Championship games.
That's crazy.
So kind of like how the Patriots used to be back in the day with Brady. Same thing with what the Chiefs are doing right now. Yep. You are right in terms of my knee-jerk reaction was, what are we waiting on because of the offensive prowess Bieniemy brings to the table. But with the Saints, the underlying story of part of the reason why I personally think Sean Payton left, 16 years with that franchise, but $73 million over the cap, dead last in the NFL.
Yeah, I can't work with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get nobody. It's going to be a lot of, can you restructure your contracts? And really, man, it's about time for me to go. So my personal opinion, I just thought one of them reasons why Coach Sean Payton left was, man, I don't want to deal with this. Y'all ain't giving me no money to play with. So I'm negative $73 million in the hole. And then we coming into a whole new season, and the salary cap been went up for every team, and I'm still on the negative side. It's gonna be hard, bro. Let me go on step back, clear my mind a little bit, and probably go to the Dallas Cowboys next year. But other than that, man, y'all ain't giving me nothing to work with.